For years and years, Texas has been the white whale for the Democratic Party, and they have some extra hope after the results on Tuesday. For one thing, a ton of Democratic primary voters turned out, which is a potential sign of enthusiasm. And for another, they picked a candidate in James Talarico, a candidate who was explicitly saying he was going to reach out to moderate voters, independent voters, bring people together.
The only way we're going to save this American experiment is if we can reach out to people who aren't with us yet.
And contrast that with a Democratic candidate who said she was going to be a fighter, that she was going to take on the Republican Party relentlessly.
Honestly, as women are dying, we need answers.
And so this race is pretty important, partly because it's first, and partly because it's a tone setter. What kind of party do voters want as they begin to look beyond the Trump era? Talarico won the primary, and he did so really all across the state, running up margins in some rural areas, and especially in his hometown of Austin, Travis County, where he won 76% of the vote. What we're seeing is a pretty broad coalition for James Talarico. He appears to have done better in counties dominated by white voters and stronger in counties with the largest Hispanic populations, while Jasmine Crockett has done particularly well in areas with more black voters. Texas is big, and it's an expensive state. In fact, this primary has shattered records. It is the most expensive primary in American history for Senate between the two parties. Now, most of that spending actually has happened in the Republican primary, where Senator John Cornyn, a 20-year incumbent, was running for re-election and facing a challenge from two other Republicans, including Ken Paxton, the right-wing attorney general of the state. Paxton's been a favorite of the base of the Republican Party, but he's faced scandal after scandal over the years. Now, when you start looking at a county-by-county level of the results in the Republican primary, what you see is John Cornyn performing stronger in some of the big cities in Texas, and Ken Paxton running up the score in the more rural areas of the state. Cornyn and Paxton finished in the top two, forcing a runoff election in May. Beyond just the Senate race, the results on Tuesday in Republican primaries showed the enduring power of Donald Trump's endorsement in Republican politics. The one Republican in the Texas congressional delegation that he didn't endorse, Dan Crenshaw, was defeated. I spoke to John Cornyn over the weekend, and he sounded like he was looking forward to this race to really take off the gloves and take the fight to Ken Paxton. This could get extremely ugly, and this fight is something that Democrats are excited about. If these two Republicans bruise each other up over the next 3 months, it gives the party a head start and a better chance to compete in November.